So yeah, you guys are on the top of the roof that Arson would have, I believe, led you to. The two of you go up there to get ready for battle. And it is... Night begins to fall, and you know that battle is very soon approaching. And you have a few moments to yourselves. And the floor is yours.
I'll take a quick, surveillance of what's around, since that's what we're here to do in the first part. Look around the town.
I'll join her in that, just keeping an eye out, looking at the tree line, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Go ahead and give me perception checks.
13.
15.
Okay. So both of you, as you look around, you see that this is a very, again, it's a very quiet, very peaceful, very small town. There are people kind of moving around now that there weren't any before. There really wasn't any movement, but especially with what's going on, there are now, you see women and children, elderly are all moving around into different buildings. It's very quiet, but they are trying to fortify themselves in their homes. It's crystal clear. And of course, to the north, you see where the people are building the siege. They're preparing for the siege. They're putting up the catapults. And that's what you see.
Okay. Well, seeing that's kind of quiet, I'm just going to kind of go, oh. And Sylvie's just going to take a seat on the roof, and I'm going to pull out the handkerchief that Agron got me, and I'm just going to kind of take out my water skin and wet it a little bit, and you'll see me wiping off some of the blood from the battle in the mountain and start just kind of cleaning myself up. Just be like, so, Arson, right?
Yes, Arson. And Sylvie, correct?
Yeah. So, where are you from? What is the last thing you remember before this mess?
The last thing I remember was I was on a ship. Just a casual business adventure. And I went to bed, and I woke up surrounded by gold.
The ship? Are you a sailor?
Yes, I'm an explorer. I live to see. I'm curious.
That's cool.
Yeah. How about you? Where were you before all this happened?
Oh, and I'm gonna take the handkerchief and I'm gonna start taking the water and I'm gonna clean it, because now I've preened and cleaned myself and everything, and I'm gonna work on making it clean so that I can give it back to Agron later. Like, well, I grew up over, in Golkaval.
Golkaval?
Yeah. Have you ever been there?
I cannot say I have, no.
We're not really in the water.
From
Oh, okay.
No.
No, I've been working over there, and I've just been training, really. That's how I'm able to do, the backflip and stuff like that.
I promise I'm not usually this clumsy. I've never really been in a situation where creatures are trying to kill me. I've never fought monsters or whatever they were before. I've only dealt with humans or humanoids. And even then, I tried to keep fighting to a minimum.
Yeah. So... Yeah, it's normally good to try and keep fighting to a minimum. And you're going to see me now, it's all cleaned, and I'm going to fold it up and put it away, and I'm going to take out some of my... I have a little pouch of the paints, of the pink and the blue paints that are on me, and you're going to see me just painting some of the marks back on where they got wiped off.
Are they symbolic? And he would gesture to the robes and such.
I mean, I guess a little bit. We're supposed to be, connected to the earth and the land, and lots of the things that are painted on there are just shapes that I see, and plants and the sort.
We are connected?
Oh, come on.
Right, my apologies.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure if you were referring to a certain individual or not. But, I respect that. I like that you have that connection.
You just see her just kind of keep painting, and she'll just look up and keep an eye out and everything.
Hey, Sylvie. Would you like to hear a story?
I love stories.
Okay. Arson will pull his coat back and pull out his little notebook. And you have a few choices.
Ooh.
You have the Drowned Labyrinth, the Heart of the Sea, and you'll see him pause for a hot second, and the Loss of a Warrior.
That one.
That one's a little bit too focused for this moment.
Oh, whatever one
But-
you want to tell.
Another time, I promise.
I'll hold you to it.
You got it. But for now, the Drowned Labyrinth. And so Arson will flick through a few pages and stand up and brush off his overcoat and... Not many years ago, there was an island within the Wandering Isle. One built of strange formations of rock and stone and metal. Unforeseen fortunes buried within it. Now these rock formations were unruly, distant, confusing, yet once you were in, you couldn't leave. You needed to get to the end. Some people said it was cursed, others said it was a test of the gods. I just found it interesting. Now, I personally have never found this island, sorry. But it is said, not too long ago, a great storm came and sunk the labyrinth to the depths of the ocean. Surrounded by water, creatures of the sea, and infused now with coral that made it beautiful and luminescent and radiate colors of great beauty and almost hypnosis. It is said beneath the waves it found magic, infused itself with something. And now beneath those waves, at the bottom of the sea, hidden within that labyrinth, is treasure amongst unfathomable belief. And I one day want to go there.
So you're a treasure hunter.
I'm an explorer.
But you explore for treasure.
No. I explore for beauty. And he will pull out his book again and rifle through drawings of ocean, islands, forests, mountains.
Wow.
The treasure is a bonus. And I will admit my greed gets the best of me sometimes, and it's a trait I do not want to be held to. But I'm here for the beauty and the adventure. And the ocean has the best stories.
That's really awesome.
Yeah. But, looks like the sun is setting.
Oh, I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Off in the distance, and far off in the distance, closer to the mountain, you see the trees begin to move.
Looks like we don't have much of a choice. Would you like to go let Arkanon know?
Yeah.
I'll see you after the battle.
Try not to drop your weapons.
I won't this time.
Okay.
Before you guys move from where you are on the roof, as you look up, you see that there's a shooting star.
Awesome.
Make a wish.
begin to draw. Don't tell me. It won't come true.
I know.
Shall we?
Let's do it.
We'll take off.
What is happening, everybody? Welcome to the next exciting episode of The Reckoning of Arkanon. Episode 5. We've made it 5 episodes.
5 already.
Before we get
Still
to
alive.
it, thank you guys so much back home for watching us, getting us to this point, being super supportive. We love you, and we're hoping you enjoy this one tonight. So, how's everybody doing? Team?
Great.
Fantastic.
So ready.
And 10.
I think we're ready to jump back in right where we left off. Now, you guys are still, at this point, standing on the fields. You guys have just slayed all of those hordlings that came crawling out of the trees, scaring some of children, I would assume. They're very terrifying. You guys have killed them. You see before you, there's another wave, 2, 3, 4 more waves about to come through. And all of a sudden, the Atharis military comes riding in on horses and starts slaying through those waves of enemies.
Woo!
Alec, Agaron, you recognize one of the people on those horses is somebody from your past, somebody who you would recognize as a pupil, somebody you would have trained when they were young, when you were both younger. He looks at you and nods as he continues riding off into battle and starts slaying these things. Quiver retreats to you and says, "They made it! I can't believe they made it!" I would like to know what all of you are doing at this point.
I'm going around and seeing if anybody is seriously injured.
So go ahead and give me an investigation check for that. What's Katarina doing?
She's just hanging back, kind of making sure no one else kind of breaks through the front lines, observing, all that.
Okay. Arson.
Arson's gonna go sit against the ballista and lean against it and hold his stomach that is bleeding a lot.
So what is Sylvie doing?
I'm gonna go help Arson.
Okay.
I was right next to him before and I was running away, so.
Okay, yeah, so what would you like to do to try and help Arson?
Can I, like, examine his wound and see if there's, like, can I put pressure on it and then, can I, like, pull out my herbalism kit and just, like, try and make a salve as quickly as I can to help slow the bleeding?
Go ahead and roll a medicine check to see how severe it is first. Lariape, with your investigation, what did you get?
I got a 6.
Okay. So, Lariape, as you look around, you're looking to help people. You see that there is one dead commoner that is on the ground very close to you. And very briefly in your peripheral vision, you see Sylvie is over with Arson. But you don't know why.
Oh, so I don't know he's injured.
Yeah.
Well, I just look down at the dead guy like, that sucks for you, man. And I walk off to Sylvie.
Okay.
So Sylvie with the 5 medicine is just like, I don't know. Help! Right? Help! I don't know.
Is that herbs? What is that? I don't know what to do with that.
But help! Can you help him?
Yes, I can help him.
Okay.
I kneel down to Arson and give him a cure wounds.
Thank you.
Poor guy.
Stressful.
Thank
Stressful
you, Vex.
day.
I appreciate it. Is it going to hurt?
We'll see.
Okay.
I put my hand on him,
Cold.
and I heal him for 12.
Thank you. Wow. I'll take it. Thank you.
Arson,
that
your
was a good one.
wounds heal in front of you, and you feel replenished.
Oh yeah, you're way better at this than I am.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with those herbs, but I do know how to do this.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
I'm gonna hop up and I'm gonna look around for Agron.
He's just kind of sitting after like shoving the horde lurk and seeing the cavalry run through. He got pretty beat up real bad, and so he's just he's taking a sit. He's taking a sit like right at the city gates, just kind of watching. He's just sitting there.
Can Sylvie run over to Agron? And I just want to take that handkerchief that he gave me in the cave. That's now I've cleaned and repaired, and I'm just gonna offer it back to him. You okay?
Oh yes, little one. Thank you for this. And you see, he kind of like dots his. He doesn't have really a forehead; it's mostly fur. But just kind of like wipes some sweat away. Are you doing all right?
I'm fine.
Quite a scare back there.
It's a little.
Sylvie, before you answer, can you give me a quick investigation check?
Sure. 18.
You notice that Agron's fur is very much singed in a lot of places on his lower torso.
Are you sure you're okay?
Oh yes, little one. I've had much worse injuries than this, and a little fire isn't enough to scare me away. So don't worry. What happened with you out there?
I was getting the ones on the side that he hopped over.
Yes, but you retreated initially before any had crossed the lines. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Are you lying?
No.
Can I insight check her?
Yeah, hit her with it.
You can, and Sylvie, you have the choice to either persuade or deception check. It's your choice.
Okay. I don't think I'm particularly good at either of those. I'm not.
Because I don't know which one you're going for, so you can choose.
I rolled a 13 plus 3, so that's 16.
I got a 17, and I'll do persuasion.
Okay. So, Agron, you sense maybe there is something up, but I can't really tell just what.
And he kind of makes like direct eye contact with her. All right. Well, as long as you're okay, that's what matters.
I'm more worried about your burns right now than me.
Oh, I'm fine. I have a lot of fur. It will grow back, I think.
Well, that's lucky.
I've gotten old. I'm not sure if it'll grow back anymore. I'm not quite sure.
He's balding.
I don't do lions bald? I don't know.
If they're sick.
I was a theater major, not a zoology major. I don't know. Yeah, he's like, don't worry. I will be just fine. We were lucky that the cavalry came when they did.
Katarina, at this point, have you changed what you're doing, or are you still moving through the crowd like that?
I'm going to make my way to Loriope and just kind of like make sure everything's good. You did very good out there.
Yeah, I was a little nervous there when we were about to die. That was a little.
That was a close call.
Yeah, that was just a little bit frightening, but we're all good now, right?
Yeah, and it's only maybe one death, which I would say is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever been in a battle before? Because I haven't.
I mean, no, but I imagine only one death is good,
Yes. Yeah,
right?
Yeah. Hopefully. I don't know. This whole thing is just insane. And I'm freaking out.
Well, I mean, after that one, we're basically experts, no?
You know what? Yeah. I like that.
It's what they call fake it till you make it.
Alright, I'm just gonna sit down next to Arson.
Yeah, how's Arson doing right now, and what is Arson doing right now?
Well, he was sitting against the ballista, and just like after the heal, he thanked the lady in purple, as he still does not know her name, Gina. But what he was planning on doing was, after healing and saying thank you, and he's going to get up and head over to Agron and sit down next to him and offer a water skin, first of all, full of water. Seems like you could use a drink after that, my friend.
Yes, thank you. I am quite parched, and he just kind of like throws the whole thing back, like all of it.
It's quite parched too. Okay.
Thank
puts
you.
it away.
Thank you
Put
very
it
much.
You're very welcome. I must say, you are a bit of a loose cannon.
I wouldn't say so much. I would say I just things needed to get done, and I got them done.
I mean, you're not wrong, but you weren't alone.
No, I know this. But it's been a long time since I've been on the field of battle, and I'll admit I got a bit excited.
I couldn't tell.
It's been many years, and this is all I know, so the opportunity arose, and I got caught up in it, I guess.
Well, I must be honest with you, it was an absolute pleasure watching the legend of Agron fight. But again, honesty, I've never heard of you before.
Well, are you familiar with the Atharis military?
No.
That
My
is
life
why.
has been purely to the south.
That is why my name is known in these parts, in particular. But I don't think much else except for our enemies, perhaps.
I need Sylvie, Agron, and Arson to roll perception checks.
Ugh, yikes.
16.
12.
What's none of that?
12.
8. So Sylvie, you don't really notice as you're kind of caught up in this conversation. Artisan and Agron, you both notice that commander who came charging in is now off in the distance, looking directly at the group of you and approaching.
Agron will immediately rise to his feet and kind of brush himself off as much as he can, even though he's
Sylvie's just mimicking.
He's covered in blood and burns and ichor from lurks or whatever they are.
The commander will approach on his horse, who will pull up beside you, and he will look down at Agron specifically, not making eye contact with the other two at all. And he looks down and he says, Agron, we will
Win.
speak.
Yes,
Follow me. And he trots away.
Agron turns and he says, I will be back. Apparently there's some business to attend to. And I'll just kind of use my glaive to kind of straighten myself up, put it on my back, and I will follow the horse.
Okay. So he pulls a couple feet away, just away from the main group. What are the other two doing? And so Sylvie and Arson.
I'm gonna look at Arson and then look at Agron walking away and then look at Arson and look at Agron walking away and be like,
I think this is a personal matter, Sylvie. Let us regroup with the others and see where we're at, shall we?
Fine.
Come on. And he'll just bump Sylvie on the shoulder and start walking over to the other ones.
I'll follow, but constantly like looking back.
He'll be fine, Sylvie.
I know he'll be fine. I just want to know what they're talking about.
They pull away.
Master, where are you going?
Daddy?
Daddy, come back!
The commander hops down off of his horse, and he stands almost at eye level with Agron. He's very tall, very young, but still you could tell from his size and from the medals he wears on his armor that he has seen many battles. And Agron, of course, knows this already. And he looks up at Agron and says, "Last I saw you, you were sitting under a tree."
Yeah, that's the last I remember before I ended up in that mountain.
What is going on?
Well, to be frank, I was taking a nap under a tree, and then I woke up upon a mountain of gold and treasure within that mountain. And there was a small animal that needed our assistance finding its master. Long story short, we ended up fighting some controlled wizard of sorts, and it let loose something from the mountain. Something that spoke into our minds, something that wanted us to tell the world that it had returned. And it let out those things.
Why is it always you who's finding trouble?
Well, you have to admit, when you were training under me, it was kind of fun.
Yeah, it was kind of fun for a long time, and then it wasn't, because it was too dangerous.
Danger is a matter of perspective and readiness.
You told me you weren't going to go looking for trouble anymore. You told me you were done.
I literally woke up on a pile of gold. Win.
But what were you doing that got you there?
Napping under a tree. I don't know. I don't have the answers that you're looking for, Win. I woke up on the pile of gold, and there was a group of strangers around me. I tried to get them out of the mountain. This thing rose up, and we fought our way out, and then they came for this town, and I saved the town along with them.
No, you held the line until we arrived to hit them all. You held the line, and you would have died. You would have died had we not shown up. You all would have died. You should have retreated. You should not have stood a line here. You all would have died.
Are you finished?
For now. Because you need to take your group and go to Atharis. Today. Now. There's no resting. There's no stopping. Pack your shit and go.
When did you develop such a mouth? I taught you better than that.
Give me an intimidation check.
100%.
Whoa!
Your teacher. You will talk to me with respect, boy.
Daddy!
That's a
God
19.
damn.
That's a 19 plus 7, so that's a 26.
He kind of just stops for a second in his tracks, collects himself, collect your group, and go see the king. You need to tell them what's going on. I'm taking what you're saying seriously. If you think that there is something in this mountain, if that's where these creatures are coming from, these are not Valiants. These are not men. They're not people. Whatever these things are, they are a threat. And if you're telling me there's more of them in there, we need to assemble the fjord.
There's many more. So yes, I will report to Atharis and to the king. And tread lightly, Win, because whatever that is, and he kind of gestures up to the mountain, it can get into your head. It can get in your mind. So tread lightly and be smart.
As he turns and gets back onto his horse, he looks down at you and says, "You always told me I was too hard-headed. I think I'll be fine." And he trots away.
True.
Cutting back to Laripe and Katarina, you guys now see a horse pass by you. It is that commander. And what are you guys doing at this point?
Do we see that he was just talking to Agron?
If you were looking back, yes.
Okay, I'll go over to Agron.
I'll send Akana after her.
To follow?
Ooh.
All right, the
Is
snake
it sneaky?
Sneaky
goes in the
snake.
ground, and there's a snickety snake following you.
Wait a second. What is Pip the rat doing?
Well, first give me a perception check, and then, but like, give me the perception check first.
That's an 8.
Okay, so with an 8, you don't notice the snake, but from the top of your hat, you just see a little mouse head pop over the side of it, and he says, "Hey,
Yeah.
there's a snake right back behind you. There's a snake." You look back and you see that there's a snake just like kind of following you.
Okay, I'm just gonna. We're fine. We're fine. It's okay. Just stay there. Just stay up there.
No. Snakes. They eat me. They try to eat me.
Okay. Come here. And take my hand.
Okay.
You're okay.
Am I okay?
You're okay.
Okay.
Panic
We're
attack.
gonna go up to the big cat
He
now.
sits down like upright in your hands, so like his feet are sticking out and his paws are just like okay.
Okay, we're gonna go talk to the big cat now.
What is it with you people?
Oh, Pip. What are we gonna do with him?
The bird suddenly pops up. What's up? No.
I go up to Agron.
Agron, you see Laripe holding Pip in her hand as she approaches.
Hello, little one. I'm glad to see you survived.
Yes, that was not a normal day for me. Pip, you're okay.
Okay.
Oh, you're okay. Who's that guy you were talking to?
That was the commander of the Atharis forces. That was Commander Wynn, former pupil of mine.
So, what now?
Well,
Are they gonna manage everything from here?
yes, they will begin to investigate and manage things, but our next task is to head to Atharis. We have orders to see the king. So, it's time we leave.
Why do we need to see the king?
Because of what we woke up in the mountain.
Okay, fine.
Come
Okay,
on.
Fine.
And
When
he
are we
just
going?
kind of like tussles your head and begins to walk past you.
I push his paw away before he can do that. She's like, no.
Sylvie and Arson, what are you guys doing at this point?
Question.
Answer.
Is the big horde lurk still there?
Oh yeah. It's
We saw-
kind of ashen and destroyed and blood coming out of it. It's very dead.
Okay. I seem to recall you said his eye fell out. A big gem.
I did say that.
Is it on the ground?
Well, Craig from last week did say that.
Yes.
Didn't you learn your lesson,
I'm
Arson?
testing something.
It is on the ground.
Is the fire put out?
Yeah, the fire is as soon as the horses came through, fire died down. There's no more fire there.
Then I'm just following alongside Arson with whatever he's doing right now.
Arson is actually going to walk up to the other two ladies in the group. You two delve in magic, correct?
something like that, yeah.
How good are you at figuring out what type of magic?
I look to Rena.
I look to the right. It just depends. I currently do not have the energy, one would say, to cast the spell, but perhaps if you bring a component with you, I'd be able to do it in the morning.
Well, I will try, but the only real thing that is sticking around by the looks of it is the eye of that creature. And last time I picked up something from that mountain, I froze.
It's wise of you not to touch it. That is correct. I'm gonna walk over to the gem.
Yes. And what do you do?
I don't want to touch
Give me an
it.
Arcana check.
Awesome, we'll pull out like a rag and like hold it.
Ooh, it's smart.
18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Katarina. Arcana check, you're looking at this gemstone, and you look down, and it is a beautiful sapphire, uncut, right from the ground.
Whoa.
This thing was embedded in this creature's eye. Okay? And you, as you get closer to it, as you take your steps up to it, you begin to feel some form of energy. It is not a kind energy, it's not good. There's some kind of a darkness, some kind of corruption would be the word that comes to mind off of this gem.
Does it give me the same vibes as the book?
No.
Okay.
No. It gives you the same vibes as the dust you would have picked up off of Lord Barrow. It gives you the same vibes that you would have picked up from the gold in the dragon's hoard. It gives you the same vibes you felt when you guys were running away from the hoardlings in the mountain.
Bad vibes.
Bad vibes.
Bad vibes.
Hashtag bad vibes.
So what do you say? Should we bring it?
I do not recommend it, no. And she's gonna take out the vial of her spicy bone dust, and I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna touch it. I'm gonna touch the gem.
Ha!
Oh! Oh, this is spicy session, yes! Okay,
Oh no!
okay,
We
Katarina,
just started!
Wait,
we just started.
Does Austin see her reach for it?
Yes.
Can I try and grab her wrist?
Give me a sleight of hand.
I'm good at that.
I'm good at that.
19,
Thank
19 plus 5, so what's that, 24?
Okay, Katarina, just before your fingertip touches the gem, Arson grabs your hand. And before Arson even speaks, you hear a voice in your head that says,
We're waiting for you. It's time.
I wouldn't recommend touching
like-
that. Katarina.
I'm going to drop the vial and like take a few steps back.
Arson, you saying anything?
Well, if she's backing away, did I hear the voice?
No.
Okay, it's gonna scream. If she's backing up, Arson will let go, and just let her.
Yeah, so Arson, you see that there's a look of terror that overtakes her face as she drops the vial and takes a step back. Like something just happened, you know it. You know something is happening with her right now.
Am I noticing anything? Because I'm right there too.
Yeah, I'm with them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody who's close enough to see this,
Cool.
you just saw a moment happen for Katarina.
Can I do an insight check on her?
Yes, Agron.
Well, once she does her insight check, I'll talk up. Speak up.
I got 21. I want to know if that was because of the gem that she just discovered something or something else happened.
With a 21 insight, which is a very high insight, you get the feeling it's probably a mixture of both, but she didn't touch the gem. She did not touch the gem.
Agron turning around, as he's like on his way out, turns around and sees all four of them just kind of like huddled up. He's gonna turn back around. What is happening? We have orders to go to Atharis. Why are we standing around?
Before anybody answers, Katerina, as soon as he says that, you begin to hear applause and cheering coming from all around you.
Are you okay?
Does anyone else hear that?
Here.
No.
Here.
It becomes overpowering, and you cannot hear your team. You cannot hear anybody else.
Austin, what happened?
I try to get in her face, try to bring her back.
Austin, what happened?
She went to touch the gem, and I stopped her, and now...
It's like, as soon as he says she went to touch the gem, I'm going to smash it with my glaive.
Roll an attack with advantage, because it's on the ground, and it's an object.
Why are you smiling, Craig?
He rolls a nat 1.
I rolled a 19, so 19 to hit the gem on the ground.
Yeah, that's a hit, yeah.
Yeah, do you want me to roll damage?
No, you don't have to roll damage. Yeah. Agron pulls out his glaive and smashes it into the sapphire, which shatters, and it doesn't leave behind blue, beautiful gemstones. It turns to a thick red dust, and red dust floats up like a smoke before settling.
I'll turn back to look
Katerina.
I'll turn back to look at Katerina.
Katerina is still overpowered with all of that noise that she was hearing. Nobody else can hear it. It begins to lull away from the applause of a crowd and turns more into a white noise.
Can I try and usher her away from the gem, take a wing and just kind of pull her back towards town, if she'll let me?
You absolutely can. Katerina, do you allow that?
Yep, she's just numb,
Cool.
she's a lot.
I'm just gonna wing behind her.
As Sylvie puts a wing around you, it all stops and you're okay. You feel like your eyesight is returned, your vision, everything is returned to normal. You're good.
Can I cast Detect Magic on her?
Absolutely.
I have my shoulder on her as we're walking. I just... No ritual, I'm just casting it on her.
Hold still.
Yeah. She is,
she doesn't need to know.
There's obviously some magic going on here, and you definitely notice it. Yeah, she is illuminating like there is magic here.
What color is she?
I'll never tell.
What's her aura?
I'll never tell the warlord.
Detect magic gives us a color.
So I will say it's more of a dark color. It is a gray, shadowy color.
Do I happen to get anything off her book?
Oh, that's what's lighting up the most. It seems like the book is covering her in magic.
Okay, Can you hear us? Are you okay?
Yeah.
Maybe,
That was
okay, maybe you should,
odd.
maybe you should get rid of that thing.
What, is it jump?
No, I point down to your book.
Oh, no. That is not an option.
Are you okay?
Well, maybe you can distance yourself from it a little bit. And Austin will reach into his bag and pull out the belt buckle, the book buckle that he had. I have one of these, and it works really handy. And he'll pull his coat back, and you'll see a little book on his side. Maybe you can have some distance from it, so you're not holding it all the time.
That is very kind of you. Thank you. She's going to take it.
Okay. While this beautiful little powwow is happening, oh yeah, wait, you just go ahead.
I was just gonna. Agron's just gonna lean in like, we need to leave now. It's
Okay.
like dad trying to get the kids in the van.
Yeah. As Agron is saying that, he also sees that off in the distance, walking towards you, is one of the soldiers. Now, you don't recognize this person. It's a younger individual, elf, walking towards you. And as he gets close enough, he says, "Hi, my name's Tynar, and I'm here to escort you guys to the Faris capital. That's just the job I was given. Are we ready to get moving now?"
Why do you seem so upset that this is the assignment that you've been given?
Oh, we're not that bad.
Well, it's not. No, please. It's not you guys. It's just. Are we ready to go? Okay. This is.
It sounds like
He's such a rookie cop.
I'm gonna adjust his armor a little bit because it's like askew or something. Just, like,
It is most
straighten him up.
definitely askew. It is one. It's not. He doesn't have everything right. You know, he's not standing at attention. He's a little hunched over.
I recommend you work on your posture, son, and show us to our transport.
What transport?
Is there not a wagon and horse that will take us, or
No, we have to walk. We have to go. We're walking. And he starts walking.
Agron will roll his eyes, and he'll just he's like the current state of the military is just so disappointing. Just these damn kids. And then I'll just begin to follow.
Okay.
Sylvie's right by his side.
Okay.
Follow. I'm kind of like subtly stand right next to Katarina
Okay.
as we're walking.
How is Katarina holding up right now, other than overwhelmed?
I feel like she's trying to figure out a good place for the book buckle while still holding the book. Trying not to act stressed, but is very stressed.
So you've taken the book out, and you're trying to put the buckle on it? Okay. So as you take the book out of your bag, you once again hear, like off in the distance, a voice that comes in and says, "Step right up, your time is now. Step right up. Come on in. And then it stops.
I don't like it.
Slowly takes on circus sounds coming from the book.
Spoilers? God. Jeez, oh man.
Oh, I don't like that.
In the stream, there's creepy music playing right now, but you called it.
We'll be fine. We'll be
What's-
fine.
Like, are you?
Let's not. Just don't address it. Let's
I'm
keep
just
going.
jumping to conclusions, but I'm just gonna keep walking.
I've jumped. I've
Okay.
landed.
I jumped, I landed.
That's,
None of us know anything.
so that's what you hear, and you put the buckle on it?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you put the buckle on it, and then the music, or the noise, I would say, stops. The voices cease.
Huh.
Okay.
Well, that's
So,
good to know.
collectively, all of you are going to travel on ahead, yes?
Yeah.
Isn't it the middle of the night?
It is the middle of the night, but it is also about to be day. I will give everybody, just in the effort to save time, everybody gets one thing they want to do at this point for half of the journey.
I'm just regaling the probably mostly Sylvie, but I'm
Yay!
like educating the soldier about like my like time in the military and what it was like when I was in charge, and like just telling dad stories pretty much.
That's exactly what Sylvie would have done, was ask questions.
So all of you see like Agron is like kind of up ahead in front of the group with Tynar, and so Sylvie's like actively paying attention, and this guy is just dragging along.
Buddy.
He's that guy. He's that dad on the road trip that always has something to say about every stop.
Like, I used to work there at that restaurant over there. Like,
I once fought a goblin over there. It was a great battle, actually. Like,
That building has been there for 100 years.
All right, okay. Lariapi, what are you doing for the first half of the journey?
I am very concerned about Katarina, so I'm just kind of by her side, making sure she's safe, and I'm probably helping Pip calm down from everything, specifically the snake.
Yeah, so as you journey on ahead, are you going to hold Pip, or are you going to put him up in the hat? Or?
I'll probably put him back up on the hat.
Okay. So you guys have been walking for several hours now, several miles ahead. And, Loriope, you hear a loud come from the top of your hat.
Sorry, that was so cute. Just imagining that tiny rat. I mean, I just let him be.
You let him be?
I try so hard to not. Is he not falling asleep?
Are you like, what are you doing to find out?
I mean, yeah, I feel like I don't do anything. I just let him. If he's falling asleep, I just try to make sure my hat is as still as possible.
Okay.
Debutante training coming in handy.
Give me a perception check.
Oh, you're stunning, honey.
1 second.
Don't question it, Craig.
That is a dirty 20.
Yeah, dirty's funny. All right, so you guys are walking along, and then like you're just trying to remain still, and eventually you get to a point where you're like, I don't hear anything. I don't hear him anymore up there.
I feel alright.
He's not there.
I immediately take off my hat.
Pip is not there.
Finally.
I look at the snake.
You look at the snake.
I'm immediately like, what did you do to my rat?
The snake is moving along just like. No. Well, yes, it is licking its chops, but not because of Pip. I can tell you.
I hate you so much, Greg.
You look at the snake, and then you remember. Wait a second, Pip's a familiar. The snake wouldn't be able to eat him.
Okay, he's still gone. And I immediately start looking around for him.
Okay, give me a perception check.
Damn it, that's a 9.
Okay, so with a 9, you're like looking around, checking your hat, like taking it off, keep checking it. He's not there. Yeah, you don't know where Pip went.
I go to Arson.
Hi.
Arson, have you seen Pip anywhere? He's gone.
The rat?
He's gone? Yeah.
I have not. Hold on, it's okay.
Arson, give me a perception check.
Gladly.
Is Katarina looking at this, or is Katarina hyper-focused right now?
22. No, that's a lie. I looked at the wrong thing.
Look,
19.
Is Katarina focused on the book and all that stuff, or are you like kind of paying it?
Yeah.
Are you passively paying attention to them?
Like passively paying attention, like she sees a lot of movement and she's like, oh,
looking-
fuck.
Okay. Arson,
19.
as you're looking around, you look at Loriope's bag, and I'm just going to ask Loriope, where is the key on your person?
I think I put it in my coat pocket.
Okay, so Arson, you see a very, very faint blue light coming out of Loriope's pocket.
You have a situation. There.
Take out the key.
Okay, as you take the key out, you look, and that blue gem that's in the center of the key is very, very bright, and it looks like there's almost a little bit of light flickering in there.
Can I make an Arcana check?
Absolutely.
Damn it. I'm not smart. I got a 3.
Okay, with a 3, you're just kind of overwhelmed with emotion that Pip is gone, so you can't really tell what's going on with the key at this stage.
May I have a look? It's fine if you don't want me to.
I don't know. You seem to have a thing about stealing gems.
Never mind then. And Arson will walk forward.
Come join the dad stories.
She's a cleric, but damn, that was vicious mockery. Anyway, Katerina, as you guys are all walking ahead, you constantly keep feeling this sensation of draw to your book, even though the book buckle is on, and even though that you guys are walking ahead and carrying on, you still feel like there's this little voice in the back of your head that's saying to check the book, check the book, check the book. It's repeating itself.
Just don't. She's gonna do it.
We know I'm gonna do it, so like might as well.
I will say before you make a decision, your decision is your own. This is entirely your decision.
Yeah. After the whole we are going to talk remark, yeah. She's gonna check it. She's gonna unbuckle it and everything. And
Okay, so I just want to ask, are you falling to the back of this line of people walking ahead, or are you going to stay somewhat in the middle? Right now you're somewhat in the middle walking with Arson and Lariape. Or are you going to hold kind of like to the back, get a little distance?
Her pace is definitely going to slow.
Yeah.
But stay in the back and still keep pace and not just like come to a stop at Disneyland and everyone's all of a sudden gone.
Okay. So your pace slows up a bit and you open the book. And as you open the book, before I continue, Lariape and Arson, give me a perception check.
Arson walked forward a bit to space himself from Lariape. Is that still a perception check?
Oh, that's fine. No, so Lariape would be the perception check. Actually, roll a perception at disadvantage because you're still consumed with gotcha. Lariape.
Me or him? Still got a 13.
Solid? Okay, yeah, you don't notice anything with Katerina. Katerina, you fall to the back of this line, but you keep walking forward, you're fine, and you open up your book, and the pages look like your pages. The first few pages are clearly yours. This is also the first time you've seen all of your spells in tandem that you wrote yourself. You wrote these pages. And as you begin to flip through, you see new pages with new writing on them. It is not your handwriting. This is new. This is not something you have done yourself. It is in a language you have not seen before. You do not recognize this. And as you continue, the penmanship begins to change. It begins to get a little bit more, I'll say, aggressive would be the terminology. Splattered ink, violent, moving around. But the language itself changes again the further you get into this book. And then as you reach the end, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Why you gotta say it like that?
Yeah.
Dramatic effect.
I love it. You did not.
Oh, give me that nat
You
one.
did not roll nat one.
Oh, please.
Plus 6, so Tracy on a 7.
Is it in that one? Oh, it's gorgeous. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much. That is the dice god saying yes. Okay, so you get to the end of the book, and you just feel yourself pulled at it. You just this force of lunging forward into this book, and you just feel for a second, your vision goes dark, everything goes dark, everything around you becomes silent. And then you see way off in the distance, a little light illuminating down. There's nothing there. You hear behind you, "Step right up. Your time is now. We are ready to see you. We're ready for you now." At your feet, you feel a tug on your dress, a tug on your clothing. Do you look down?
Yes.
You look down and you see the top of the head of a child, a little girl. She says, you do not see her face. She's looking down. She says,
Can you come inside with us, please? We're ready. The show's about to begin.
I hate it so much.
You look up again, and the place where you had last seen that light coming down is now a tent. and you begin to hear applause, noise, cheering coming from inside the tent. What do you do?
If I look behind me, is there anything, or is it just black?
You turn around, and the tent is behind you.
Is the little girl still there?
No.
Well, that's a relief. I'm gonna start walking towards it, I guess, very slowly, taking my time.
As you approach, the noise begins to get louder, more vibrant. You can hear the people inside cheering for whatever's going on in there. Do you go inside?
Can I peek through the curtain?
Okay, as you peek through the curtain, you see nothing on the other end.
I'll go in.
Okay, as you go inside, the cheering comes to a screaming halt, and you see sitting on the floor in the center of this stage. And it's not really a stage. This person is sitting on the ground, but there's nothing on the ground. The bleachers around you that would take up this a circular tent are empty. There are no people in here. But there is an individual sitting on the floor. Long. You can tell this thing is tall. Whatever it is a tall person if it were to stand up. There's something over its head. What do you do?
I am terribly sorry. I don't think that I'm supposed to be here.
From behind you, and this feels odd because you're standing right before the curtain, it seems almost like whispering in your ear.
The show is about to begin. Don't interrupt.
Take a seat, please. Take your seats. Take your seats now. What do you do?
Oh, I'm just going to... I hate it here. I want to sit.
Okay, as you sit down, everything kind of comes to a low silence. And you hear... Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again.
The creature in the center of the room begins to let out this poem. And then it starts to look up, and it looks right at you, and its hood is covering its face, but you see the grin coming off of this creature. This wide grin with very awfully shaped teeth. And it looks at you and says, "But you're here. You're here.
You're finally
Yeah, and your time is... Now you're going to... You're here to help us escape. We're going to get out. We're going to get out. Oh. What do you do?
I'm going to quickly stand.
Okay, as you stand, the thing snaps from your vision and is standing right next to you. Don't go. Where are you going? You can't leave yet. Don't go. We haven't even begun. We haven't begun.
No, it's quite all right. I see. It seems like you have a lovely establishment here, but I really should be going.
No, it's not. He begins to move through, just kind of making his arms wave around. It's not good here. We need to get out. It's been so long since we've seen the warmth of the sun, seen the trees, felt the wind. Feeling.
Can I tell what these creatures are?
It's the same. It's one thing. It's one thing moving around. It's very clearly one. One person, one creature, whatever this is. You don't know what it is yet. You can't tell. It speaks like a person.
Where is here? I'm,
Give me a wisdom check.
Ooh.
Okay. As it finishes carrying on about its feelings, the warmth of the sun, the breeze of the wind. What's that check?
21.
The brink of the heart. But you're going to help. You can help us. Yes. Use our powers, yes. You can use our powers to escape. And we can get out and we can go outside again. We can do it together. Yes!
I'm beginning to think that you are the wrong person. I am definitely not the one that you are looking for.
Oh, no, I think not. You picked up the book. That means it's going to be you. You are the one who is going to help us out.
Well, what would this entail for me to help you besides taking your power, which I really don't need?
Oh, no, you do need it. You do. You have nothing compared to what we can do. And ever since you've entered into that mountain, we felt awake again. We felt awake again, and we want to feel more. We want to get back to the world.
You've been following me since the mountain?
Oh, no, we've been following you since you picked up the book. We've been with you ever since, just dormant, waiting for this moment, this beautiful moment where we could come together.
That's very flattering. But I really should be going.
Wait, you think, give me a wisdom saving.
Oh no.
Give me that good number. What's
13.
the number? 13? You think we're crazy. Crazy? You think we're crazy? Well, I'll show you crazy.
And as he says that, it gets close to you and stands up right in front of you, and just with a long fingernail, it just puts its thumb to your head and taps your forehead. And for a second, Katerina, everything feels still. And you see a hulking behemoth, gargantuan claw that you recognized. You've seen it. You saw this thing in the mountain, and you see it squish an entire building. And you see fire envelop an entire city. It stops. It freeze frames. You see before you a beautiful blue dragon spread out with its arms split, being held, being pushed, and then exploding before you. And then it snaps once more, and you see one final vision, one final thing of a woman, beautiful human woman, as her body just disintegrates in front of you. At that second, you wake up, and you are back on the road. And you have been traveling with them, walking this whole time. Your surroundings look nothing the same as they were before. I'm not even going to say, what do you do next? What I'm going to say is, thank you so much, folks, for joining us on this adventure. We are going to see you next week to find out what happens next. This is where we're going to end it for this week. See you all next time.
Where's my rat Craig?
Y'all.
Where's my where's my treat? I've been a brave little girl.